Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. This is Dina. It is October the 11th. It's Friday night, and I wanted to come back and talk with you just a little bit. Well, first of all, I've had a wonderful day today. I had two friends come over and stitch today. We had lunch together. We went shopping at Hobby Lobby and Michael's for a short period of time. And then we came back and stitched, and then wound up having dinner together and stayed stitching until after 9. Tomorrow is our stitching day at the library, and one of my friends can't be there tomorrow, which is why she came today. And the other lady who came to stitch with us today is spending the night with me tonight and going to the stitching meetup tomorrow. So I'm so excited that we get to stitch together again all day tomorrow. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what I've been stitching and what I've been working on. So my dice roll for today was a repeat of yesterday, and I was able to stitch on my hands-on design piece, the penguin pear, again today. And as it turned out, I needed 100 stitches for bingo, which I got and I posted. And then I kept stitching, and I hit 333 stitches today, and I finished it. I'm so excited. That's my little penguin pear. It's one of the series. I've got them all on this one piece of fabric. I think it's precious. Absolutely precious. So that one's done, and I have 2 left in the series. And this one was in my 3 months to the finish line. It was an alternate that got pulled forward, and then it was called the very next day. And then I rolled the dice this morning, and it was the same number. So today I finished it. Yay! So that is 3 of my 6 that I had as my primary. Well, it's 3 finishes because it was actually an alternate that got pulled forward. So I finished 2 pieces that were in the original 6, and then 1 that was an alternate. So I finished I Stitch, and I finished 10 Lords Leaping. And when I finished 10 Lords Leaping, I put in Penguin Pear as an alternate, and then it was called, and I finished it today. So as of now, all of my alternates have been pulled forward, because when I finished my Penguin Pear today, I had to pull forward in Autumne, which was my 3rd and final alternate of the group, and it is now number 6. So I still have 6 to work on, but I don't have any alternates now. So any more finishes I make, I will wind up assigning that number to another one. Or if I want to, I'll go through my whips and assign something else. But I'm excited because it's working. I'm getting my finishes, and I'm very, very happy about that. It occurred to me today, though, as I was looking around, I never took my day off. I was going to roll the dice for 6 days, stitch on my list for 6 days, and then on the 7th day each week, I was going to stitch on anything I wanted. And I've been having so much fun. I haven't done that. I did stitch on my Autumn Berry, but that was my whip go call, and I stitched on it till it was finished. And so that's why I pulled that one out and worked on it. So tonight, while I had my friends here, after I finished my Penguin Pear, I didn't want to roll the dice and start on something tonight. So instead, I pulled up Miss Christmas Eve. Miss Christmas Eve is one of the few pieces that I had on a cross stick that wasn't in my 3 months to the finish line. It was one of the few that I had to put on there. And I wanted to put stitches in her anyway. So tonight I put in 396 stitches in her. And I filled in this dark green from about right here all the way down to there. So all 396 stitches are in this dark green right here. Isn't that lovely? So happy with that. And this border right here is where the red bows go. So this green is all the way down to the bows and all the way up here where the ribbon comes through. So I have made it about halfway across that dark green. So when I fill this in from here to here, that will complete that big part of the skirt all the way down to the bows all the way around. Now there's still a whole lot of skirt left after the bows. Whole lot of skirt left. But that really made me feel like I was making progress. I really, really enjoyed this piece. It is such a pretty, pretty piece. Now the next time I pick this up, I may very well start working on the ribbons, because those are in water lilies, specialty floss, and I need to get some of those done, and I could go ahead and finish those pathways for that ribbon, even if I haven't stitched the green, and go ahead and put those in there to help me define where they come. But I just felt really, really good about my progress today. And it was so fun touching her again. To get to work on her was lovely. Okay. That's my stitching. So I have something else I want to tell you. By the time you see this, hopefully I have put up a little video to let you know that I've been having trouble with my computers. I have an iPad that's over 8 years old, and I have a computer that's older than that. And I have been doing my videos on my telephone and then airdropping it to the computer and saving it, you know, in iMovie and editing it and putting it up. Well, there's a video that I've been working on for 2 days trying to get it ready to upload, and I'm going to get it up there, I hope. Because if not, I have to go back on this phone and do it a different way. But I'm having a great deal of difficulty with my computer. They're just too old, and they're very, very slow, and they're having a hard time managing. So my husband has gotten me a new iMac, and he got that because he felt like it would give me something here on my desk, which is how I use my iPad, but also I could take it with me, and it would be a little more powerful than what I had. But I've got to get everything set up on it, and I've got to get the movie, I've got to learn how to do the movie on it. And so it may be a little while before you see a video. So I'm going to try to do a quick little video to let you know that it may be a little while, but if it's been a short time and you hadn't seen me, nothing's wrong other than I've had computer issues that I've had to work through and deal with, and I'm not a real techie person, so it's kind of hard for me. But anyway, I want to persevere because I've so enjoyed talking with you about stitching, showing you what I've been working on, and sharing ideas and planning and all those things with you. So I hope that you get to see this one in the near future. Anyway, well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go hit the hay. It's getting on toward 11 o'clock, and I have an early morning tomorrow to get ready for my stitching day. So I'm going to go now and pack my bag for tomorrow and get everything ready. And then when I go to sleep, I won't be worried about, don't forget that and don't forget that. You know, I'll have it taken care of. So I hope you've had a great start to your weekend. I hope you have a great weekend of stitching. And I hope you're healthy and well. And I'll talk to you soon. Happy stitching, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Hi, it's Dina. Today is Saturday. It is the 12th of October, and today was our stitching day at the library. We had such a good time. We had about 15 ladies, and no gentlemen there today, but 15 ladies. And we had a great day of stitching. We had some wonderful door prizes that people had donated, some of their kits, some fully kitted projects. We had a project bag. We had 2 Notion bags. Just people were very, very generous in what they were giving. So I think people went away very happy that won their prizes. And one lady won 3 times. And I told her to go play the lottery and split it with me. Because I was convinced she was going to win it. Well, my roll of the dice today was a repeat of a recent one. And it was my 6 geese laying. And I stitched on it at the library today. And when I left the library, I had part of this basket handle and this whole basket handle left to stitch. And that's all I had left. So after coming home, walking Coco, having dinner with my hubby, I came up here and I finished it. So 6 geese laying are now complete. And it took Donna and I, my friend Donna and I were looking at this today, and it took us a while to figure out when you roll this berry up to fully finish it, those are the handles on the basket. That's what they are. It took us a minute to figure out what those were. But anyway, I will tell you that I did stitch the basket, all of the basket, except for the dark green weave lines and the outline. I stitched them as half stitches, and I counted them 2 for 1. You know, for every 2 of the half stitches, I counted 1 cross stitch. But I did that because on a previous basket on number 9, which is on this same fabric, let me share it with you. It wasn't a basket, it was a rug. I learned that to make the number show up, I had to do the half stitches, that it was just going to disappear otherwise. Now this one shows up even better because it's a different green, and you can see that 6 a lot better than you can see that 9. Even though I still did this half stitch as well, but that green worked out better. That green is called Lucky, and I was lucky because I had 1 strand of it left, 1 single strand, not a whole 6-strand piece, 1 single strand. Now, I'm going to need it for my last berry. I have 1 final berry to put on this color, and I'll have all 12 berries stitched. And I have till the end of the year to stitch it. However, I decided when I finished this one today, and I realized I didn't have any more alternatives to pull in to my 3 months to the finish line, I decided to add one. And so I added my 8 Maids of Milking, which is the final one that I have to stitch. I'm going to try to find the picture of it for you. And it actually is highlighted back here on the back. 8 Maids Milking. So that is my final berry, and it's on this same color. So I have made sure I have all the colors I need for it. I had to go add a few. And now I can put this away, and it will be in my 3 months to the finish line. It wasn't going to be, but now it is, because these are going pretty well. These are going pretty quick. So I want to get that done, and then I can fully finish my berries and maybe put them out this Christmas, which would be great. So I went ahead and pulled 8 Maids Milking to finish the series and put it in. So it is now number 5. It took the place of my 6 geese a laying. So I've finished using all of my original alternates I had, and I'm now pulled in an extra one. So I'm looking ahead, y'all. It's just October. I'm supposed to do this game for 3 months. My friend Donna told me today that if I do this again next year, I'm going to have to pick harder projects. But you know what this is doing is really helping me get through my whips. I'm really paring my whips down by doing this. And so I'm excited about that. But I did take her advice to heart. So I'm going to put this in a project bag. I've pulled out just this one to put in a project bag, so it'll be easier for me to cart with me. And that way I'll have it in case I rolled the dice, and that's the one that I have to stitch. Pardon the zip. So there you go. Okay. So that's excellent. I finished. Yay. So that means I have finished I stitch, 6 geese a-laying, 10 lords a-leaping, penguin pair. So that's 4. I finished 4 so far. Excited about that. That's a good thing. I rolled for tomorrow, and my roll for tomorrow is number 6, and my new number 6 is my in Autumne. So tomorrow I'll be stitching my in Autumne, which will be wonderful. I'm excited about that. So that is a lot of fun. Now, my in Autumne is in my daily 30. I'm looking at my little spreadsheet here. It's in my daily 30, so I need 300 stitches in it, at least. So that's a minimum I have to do. And then I'm using it in my 24 hours of cross stitch acrostic for the E in the word some. That acrostic is take some risks, and the E on the end of some is what I'm using in Autumne for. And then in the magazine monthly challenge, I'm using it for the A in hayride because of the Autumne. So I'm using it for everything. So when I do my 300 stitches tomorrow, my first 100 will be my bingo. And then my 300 will be daily 30 and my other acrostics. And that will leave me one more letter in my daily 30, which is all you need is love. And it will leave me an additional one in my other 2 acrostics, which is Rudolph's Tree Farm. I'm using it for the T in the Tree Farm for Take Some Risks. I'm using it for the R in Rudolph's Tree Farm. So that's one of those I'll have to stitch a while, post it, and then continue stitching and post it again. And I'm also using it in the monthly magazine challenge. So that is my full coverage Christmas ornament, and I need to put some stitches in it. I may put in 100 each. I don't know. It's not in my 3 months to the finish line, and so I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. It's not in my daily 30 requiring 300 stitches, but it is in the acrostic so that I would continue touching it. So I'll keep doing that. So there you go. That's my stitching for the day. It's been a great day. Had a wonderful, wonderful time. So I'm going to finish up some planning I started earlier. I have an idea that I'm working on. And my idea is that I would like to work toward finishing up some series that I have identified last year, that I had a bunch of series that I was working on, and I had 1 done or 2 done in a series. And when I added them up, I had a good number of series, and I had 33 individual things to stitch if I was going to stitch the rest of the series, all the series that I had started. I am happy to report I'm down to 25 that need to be stitched now. So I've worked on a few of those series. The problem is I've added some more. Last time I counted, I think I had about 10 different series. I have 13 right now. It could be that I wasn't counting some of these as a series because Royal Games 1 has a Royal Games 2 to follow it. So now I'm counting it as a series, and I'm going to start Royal Games 2 this year because it's going to be my magic piece for my guild next year. But my series that I have include my second Royal Games. It includes 2 more stitches that I want to do out of the Keep Calm and Cross Stitch pattern from Crochet A Go Go. I have Anjou pairs, which were 3 pairs. I've done 1. I've got the second and third one to do. I was doing a series of 3 Autumn Berries by Erica Michaels, and now I have done 2 of the 3, so I have 1 more of those to do. I started by doing a haunted mansion on a fabric. I was going to do it like a street scene, and I didn't like how the beads laid on it because it was 32 count instead of 28. And the perforated paper is actually set up to be equivalent to a 28 count. And so my beads were very crowded, and I had a hard time with it. I wasn't sure I was even going to finish that series, but I have decided I am going to stitch the other two possibly, but probably on perforated paper. And then I'll just make one a pillow, and I may make the other, you know, frame the other two or something like that. Or I may find another fabric that's 28 count, make the other two larger pillows. We'll see. Anyway, I'm thinking I may finish those. I had done spring green pears, one of them, and I have 2 and 3 left to do. I've been stitching a series of Easter cards, and I've got one left to stitch. I've been working on a pattern called Stitch Box, and I've stitched 2 sections of it, and I have 2 sections left to do. They're the 2 biggest sections, but I have 2 sections left of that. I was stitching a series of arbors. I've done winter arbor and autumn arbor, and I still have spring and summer arbor to do. I had started with a spring quilt in a series of quilts, and so I have at least 2 more quilts to do, maybe 3. I had started the Noel and Blue Christmas sweater ornaments, and I've only done 1, so I've got 2, 3, and 4 to do. I started Polar Plunge, and I've done now, with finishing Penguin Pear, I have done 4 of the 6. So I have 2 left of those to do. And I had started Wordplay, and I'm working on October and September in my 3 months to the finish line. And when I finish those, I will have 3 left. I will have November, December, and January left in that series. So those are my series. When I counted up how many of those I have to stitch, it's 25. There are a lot of people starting 25 new things for 2025, and I wasn't sure I was going to do that, but I'm thinking I may start all of these next year and try to finish all of my series, or at least get them started. The smalls, you know, all the little berries, all the little ornaments, you're pretty sure you can do those. The big ones, like the haunted library and the haunted laboratory and the stitch box and the spring arbor and the summer arbor and the quilts, the Christmas quilt and the summer quilts, those might be some I would start and not necessarily get finished by the end of the year, but I'm going to do some planning here in a few minutes to see if I want to identify when I want to start them. We shall see. We shall see. So I've been planning. I've got my yearly and monthly goals for my Determined Stitcher group, my chat group that I've got to post by the December 14th or something along that line, I think. And then the other thing I did tonight is I went through all of my kitted projects that I have put into project bags ready to start maybe next year, you know, considerations for next year. And these are new starts that are not any of the series that I just shared with you. 37 kitted projects. Yeah. There's probably not going to be a start on all 37 of these kitted projects. But some of these I might want to pull forward and work on for next year. So I want to look at those. But the reason that I did that is that my husband texted me today. He was at Costco and he sent me a picture of a shelving unit that's just 2 squares wide or deep, depending on whether you stand it up or lay it on its side. And it has the baskets in it, you know, the gray cube-looking baskets in it. And he said, would you like one of these for your craft room? And I said, yes, please. So while he was shopping and picking it up, I cleaned out a whole section of my wall over here. I moved my cart back here, as you can see. There's my cart that used to sit right next to me. And the baskets on top that held all of my Whip Go projects for this year and all of my new starts that I was starting to kit up. They're not in there anymore. They're in my gray bins. And I've got them divided into Christmas, fall and Halloween, spring, summer, and 4th of July whips. And then I have a box with my series in them that I just talked to you about. And then I have 3 of those cubbies, cubes, full of my kitted projects that I just looked at here. So I'm organizing them, and I'm going to have those right here next to me. And so it's kind of outgrown the little storage space that I had. And I'm going to be looking at it tonight to kind of see if I want to identify what I might want to put on my to be started sooner rather than later list. Maybe give it some priorities. I started first by coming up with categories. This is interesting. Last year, before 2024 started, probably right around this time of the year in 23, I came up with a category list for 2024. I put all my whips that I had in categories, and then I had identified other projects that I could substitute. When those were finished, I could pull in projects behind them. And I had put on there kind of my whips and my new starts that I wanted in that category for the year. And I am very happy to tell you, I looked at that tonight, and I had 15 or 25, I can't remember how many exactly, but it was quite a large number. And I only have 5 on that list that are still hanging out here that are whips. Miss Christmas Eve, Nativity, there were a couple more, I can't remember right off the top of my head, or starts that I haven't done yet. Summer Treats, I think, was one of them. But I did really well, y'all. I did all but 5 out of that whole list. I think it was 25 that were in my categories. So tonight, I took my series that I want to start and my other kitted new starts, and I put them into categories. And I just thought that might help me to make some choices on what I might pull forward to put on my priority list, because I'm seriously considering my Whip Go board, and I'm seriously considering making it a new start Whip Go board, because I have all these new starts I want to do. I either need to do that, or I need to make it my series new start so that I get all of them done, because there are 25 of them. So if I do my Whip Go board to be my new series starts, I would actually start all 25 of my series that are left to do by the end of the year. The problem with it is they might not be started in order. So if I put on there, well, I could just say Noel in blue. I wouldn't have to say whether I was going to do 2, 3, or 4. I could just put it on there 3 times. So whenever it was called, I could start one. So I might work it out that way. Anyway, some serious planning is going to happen tonight, and I'll share the results with you when I have it. But I just wanted to let you know I'm seriously thinking about 2025. I hope some of you are starting to plan what you might want to do. I already have told you I want to finish Miss Christmas Eve and I want to finish Nativity next year. Those are top priorities for me. They've been hanging around too long. They're beautiful. I want them done and on my walls. So I definitely have those in my goals that I have written up for my determined stitchers. So those will be really, really important to me. And so this other is just, you know, extra stitching that I would be doing all throughout the year. But I'm looking forward to it. So I'll share it with you when I have it. And in the meantime, everybody, happy stitching. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is October the 13th. It is a Sunday evening, and I'm here to tell you about my stitching today. Well, had a great day. My husband was a greeter at church this morning, so he went in a separate car, and I was able to wait a little bit later to go to meet him there. So I was able to take Coco on a lovely walk this morning. We saw Loki, her friend, and but she wasn't that interested in playing this morning. I think she was more interested in her walk and sniffing and smelling everything. And she did, you know, hang out with him for a split second, but not for long. Loki only got a couple of treats out of it. So anyway, we got a good walk before I left for church. And then my husband and I grabbed a quick hamburger for lunch because I was planning on cooking a big supper. And we had a mission today. I have a new addition to my craft room. My husband was at Costco yesterday, and he sent me a picture, and he said, "Would you like one of these?" And I said, "Yes, please." And it was a lovely shelving unit that has the just the boxes that you, bins that you put things in and then slide them in to the shelving unit. And you can either stand it tall or you can lay it down horizontal. And I laid mine horizontal because in this room you can see how slanted the roofing is because I'm in the big room over the garage. So I did take mine and turn it this way. So I have a new stacker shelf over there, and I'm so thrilled with it. My whips had outgrown my little storage baskets that I had, and so now I have these bins sorted, and I have everything in its place. So I have whips that are current, and then I have those whips split into Christmas and everything else. And then I have my series, everything that's in a series that I've been pulling out, looking at lately, that's all in a bin. I have my new starts that I hope to get to do that are kitted up. And I have those split into summer, spring, summer, and 4th of July kind of stuff. And then everything going from autumn, fall, Halloween, and Christmas in another box. I have all my gift plans, the things I plan on stitching as gifts in a separate box or bin, however you want to call it. They look like boxes to me. But anyway, I have two empty boxes, and that won't last long, I'm sure. But I did go and get some of my collectibles, little things people have given me over the years that are replicas or give a nod to stitching or sewing. And I've got them on the top of that as a display. For now, I'll change that up, but I have it out now. So I'll take a little bit of a picture and put it in here for you so you can see my new addition to my craft room. I have a feeling I'm going to love that. So I'm very grateful that my husband saw it and it was on sale, and he messaged me and said, do you want one? So that was very kind of him. So today our mission was we had to put it together. It did not come pre-assembled. So my husband and I got his tools together that he needed, just a few. And we got wood glue, because even though it doesn't call for glue, my husband really likes to wood glue those pegs when you put them in so that they grip and stay longer and tighter. So it should be pretty solid. Anyway, we spent the afternoon putting it together. I had already sorted my bins from the last night, so I was able just to pop them right in when we were finished. And then I went through and vacuumed my craft room because we had gotten cardboard and styrofoam and, you know, everything else everywhere. And then I went through and emptied all the baskets that I had in the room. And now I have empty baskets to work with. And I've rearranged just a little bit. So everything feels put together. I feel ready to go. Then I sat down this afternoon and I started stitching on my 3 months to the finish line dice roll for today. And that roll for today was in Autumne. In Autumne is number 6. It is my 3rd piece I've had in number 6. Number 6 seems to be a lucky winner. I've finished the first 2. But I have a lot of stitching yet to do in this one. And so I picked it up today. And I actually put in 389 stitches in it today. Primarily because I needed the 300 for my daily 30 group. But I came over here and put the flower in, the cauldron with Boo on it. And I did her hair. And I didn't need quite so many stitches, but I wanted to finish her hair. I had pulled a color out of my stash, a Weeks Dye Works hazelnut for her hair. It called for 433 DMC. And I know that's a kind of a brown, golden brown, and I wanted it to have just a little more character. And so I did hazelnut because it has just a hint of red in it. And I thought that would be precious. So there you go. That's what I got done. That's what took me to the 389 stitches. And I'm going to put it away. And I rolled just before I started filming for tomorrow so I could tell you what that would be. And I rolled number 2. And number 2 on my list is September wordplay. So I get to pull out my September wordplay tomorrow, and I get to put some more stitching into it. So I do want to tell you, I'm going to be traveling at the end of the week. I have a wonderful opportunity to go to a retreat home in Alabama. I think I've mentioned this before, but a friend of mine at church has a cousin who has started renting out her farmhouse that she renovated to make a quilting retreat. And she's decided to open it up to cross-stitchers. She doesn't cross-stitch, but she knows that we craft and that a lot of us also quilt. But we're going to go check it out. We will get there Thursday afternoon, and we will stay through Sunday. We'll come home Sunday. So my friend Donna has agreed to go with me, and she's driving us. And we can't take Harley this time because they don't allow dogs or children at this location. And so we're going to meet up with 4 other ladies from the state of Georgia. They're all in the state of Georgia, but from different areas of Georgia. They don't live near me. And we don't get to see them nearly enough. And so we checked with them and asked them if they would like to meet over there. So we are Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. Donna and I have put our heads together. And we have some surprises. So we put together a freebie pattern, and we've kitted it up, and I have it in cute little gift bags, and we will be gifting that to the ladies when they show up. We've made everybody aware that anyone that wants to participate, we're going to have 3 starts while we're there, 1 each day. they don't know we're bringing a pattern for them to stitch. And I'm hoping that everybody might like it well enough that we could all start it together. Wouldn't that be fun? In addition to that, I am taking my peacock that I want to start, and then I have room for one more new start. And I'm going to pick that up, pick it out, and decide what it's going to be and take it with me. I haven't decided yet. But I am so looking forward to it. And while I'm there, I intend to take my 6 projects with me so that whatever I roll, I will put at least 100 stitches in it so I can put it on my bingo board, because my bingo board says roll of die for every day. So I have to roll the dice for every day, and I have to stitch at least 100 stitches in it, regardless of whatever else we might be starting or doing, because we're there together. We are going to play the left, right, center game with our floss. So I have to go get 10 skeins of floss so I can participate in that. And I don't know what else we might be doing, but I do know we're going to have a good time. We are going to a location that's only 15 minutes away from Garand Stitchery. So we've already let Gary and Ronnie know we're coming. We're going to go visit them at least on Saturday, if not before. And they've agreed to have dinner with us Saturday night. So I'm very excited about that. Can't wait to see them again, especially now that we've all gotten over COVID. That will be a pleasure. Anyway, so that's my week coming up. Between now and then, I'm going to be stitching as much as I can, but I also have to get up a couple of pieces. I have to shop for my food that I'm going to take with me to cook for my breakfast and lunch. I did pick out my clothes today. I made sure everything was clean and ready to go, but I won't pack my suitcase probably until Wednesday, and we'll go from there. So that's what I've been up to. Thanks for letting me share my stitching with you and my personal life. I will be back as soon as possible to share with you what else I've been working on. Happy stitching, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is October 15th, 2024. It is a Tuesday night. It's been a busy day for me. I got up very early this morning, went to see my cardiologist, got the results of my most recent echocardiogram, and it's lovely, and things are going great there. It's a much improved echo from what I had a year ago, so I'm happy about that. And then went to lunch with my husband, and we went to the Apple store to get my iMac set up, because for whatever reason it wasn't letting us access it to change my password or do anything. We spent 2 frustrating hours there waiting on help, getting some attention, not very much. They kept trying to reload our operating system, and it wasn't working, and so eventually they said, just leave it here, we'll take care of it, and we'll call you next week. So 2 hours that we spent just waiting. Just waiting. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. We went straight from the Apple store to our class that we're taking on music reading, and came straight home from that for me to have a Zoom call at 8 o'clock tonight. So I've been going. So this morning I had stitching time from about 10 o'clock till noon. And I didn't get to start stitching again until 7:30 tonight. So it's late. It's actually after midnight, so it's probably really the 16th of October, but I'm trying not to notice that. I had a mission today. I rolled my die yesterday, and I got the number 2, and the number 2 was September wordplay, and I picked it up. And yesterday I stitched 946 stitches on it. So when I picked it up today, this will remind you of what it looks like. I had this house, a couple of words down here to do, and the school teacher, and I would be finished. But believe it or not, all of that together, because the house is a lot of stitching, and the words and the design between them and everything that I had to finish, took me a little while, but I got it done. It was 897 more stitches today. And here is my September wordplay. I think it's delightful. I'm trying to get it to focus on you, so we'll see. But that's it. There you go. Oh, it almost had it. So there's my September wordplay. Now, this means I have finished, let me count them. I have finished October, let's see. I stitch 6 geese a laying, 10 lords a leaping, penguin, pair, and now September wordplay. I have, of my original 9, I have Christmas Parade, October wordplay, Zephyr Hill sampler, and in Autumne. So I've finished 5. I have 4 of my original 6 left to work on. I have made the decision to go ahead and start 8 Maids Milking, because that's my final berry that I need to stitch. So I've added that in as number 5. It wasn't in my original group of alternates. So that'll give me 10 that I'm trying to finish by the end of the year. So with my finish of September wordplay today, I'm not pulling in another one in my game. That means I'm going to assign Christmas Parade the numbers 1 and 2, and I have October wordplay as number 3. Number 4 is still Zephyr Hill sampler. Number 5 is my new 8 Maids Milking, and number 6 is In Autumne, which was my final original alternate. So that means I have 5 of my projects left that I'm working on in my dice game. And I rolled the dice a moment ago, and I rolled a 2 again. But now 2 is Christmas Parade. So tomorrow I'll pull out Christmas Parade, and that is what I will stitch for my bingo game. And I'll put enough stitches in it to at least meet that. And then I may have to do something different. I have a friend coming to stitch tomorrow, and one of the things we're going to get to do is to go visit a lady who is a stitcher who can no longer stitch. She has developed a disease in her hands. I don't know if it's arthritis or something else, but she contacted me through the library, and she would like to gift our stitching group her stash. And she's a big sampler stitcher, and she's told me that in our emails that we've been sharing back and forth, that she has a lot of sampler patterns and beautiful linens and some silk and floss and things that she wants to give to stitchers. So I am excited to go pick that up tomorrow. My friend Juliana's going to ride with me. And so we'll stop stitching tomorrow about lunchtime. We'll run, grab a bite to eat, and we'll pick up the stash for me to share with my stitching group next month. And then we'll come back and stitch some more. So if I can get 100 stitches before lunch on Christmas parade, I may do something different when I get home. I still have a couple of acrostic letters to meet, and one of them is Rudolph's Tree Farm that I need to stitch, and the other one is All You Need Is Love. So I could pick up at least one of those and get the stitching done on it. I could always take All You Need Is Love with me to work on because I'm traveling starting Thursday morning, and that would finish up all the acrostics for the month. So we shall see. But I am thrilled. I finished my September wordplay, so that is exciting. Very exciting. So I'm going to say goodnight since it is so late, and I'm going to go straight downstairs and go to bed with Coco and my hubby because I have an early start again tomorrow. So hopefully I'll have time to share with you some stitching tomorrow. In the meantime, I hope you are having a great time stitching or crafting in any way that you are. And I hope that you are enjoying your week. I'll talk to you soon. Happy stitching, everybody.
Together. Yeah, these are stuck together, Coco. Watch your nose.
Coco's helping us unpack the shelving unit.
Oh, Coco, these are stuck. Okay, hold on. Here, take that off. Here. Here. No, no, not that. Not that. Here, take this. Yeah, don't get that. Did you get it? Here, take that. Put that in my pocket so you don't get it. These are stuck together. Oh my gosh, how did this happen? There it goes. There. Take that. Take that. Get that out of the way. Go. What letter is this one, Coco? Hey, that's the letter C. If we already had one of these letter C's.
Yeah, it's right here on this end.